how Joseph prophesied Jesus' second coming, okay? Genesis chapter 40, verses 13, Yet within 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up thine head, and restore thee unto thy place, and thou shalt deliver Pharaoh's cup into his hand, after the former manner when thou was his butler. Revelation 11, okay? The two witnesses, the two olive trees, the two candlesticks, the two churches prophesy for 42 months, or 1,260 days, or 3.5 years, okay? When they finish, the beast from the bottomless pit, he makes war with them, he overcomes them and kills them, right? And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from God entered into them, and they stood up on their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying to them, Come up here. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. Okay, Genesis 40, chapter 40, verses 10. And in the vine were 3 branches, and it was as though it budded, and her blossoms shot forth, and the clusters thereof brought forth ripe grapes, right? We have to make the wine for Pharaoh's cup, correct? Isaiah chapter 65, verses 8. Thus says the Lord, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one says, Destroy it not, for a blessing is in it. So will I do for my servants' sakes, that I may not destroy them all. And I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob and out of Judah, an inheritor of my mountains, and mine elect shall inherit it, and my servants shall dwell there. Back to Genesis, right? Verse 11. And Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes and pressed them into Pharaoh's cup, and I gave the cup into Pharaoh's hand. Isaiah chapter 65, verses 11 and 12. But you are they that forsake the Lord, and that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering, the wine, unto that number. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and you shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, when he sent his servants out, okay, with the wedding invitations, all the guests that were invited, when I called, you did not answer, and when I spoke, you did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Revelation chapter 14, verse 18. And another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, Thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of God. And the winepress was trodden down without the city, and the blood came out of the winepress, even to the horses